D-Lo for boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Hey, real quick, I want to talk about the Joshua Miller fight. And some of the things that AJ's talked about, and some of the things that AJ's fans have been talking about in the build up to the fight. First of all, we all saw the press conference in New York. We all saw, Miller really, show that he's not intimidated by AJ, that he feels like he's up for the task, and, he wanted to show AJ, where he was, that, this is America. You're in New York, and I'm a New Yorker, and this is how, it's going to be. I made a video a couple weeks ago when they first started kicking this fight around, and I talked about, how I felt like the presser would probably go that way. And I will say that I was one of the people who said that I didn't want to see a whole bunch of, brash and bravado and, a whole bunch of foolishness at the press conference. And, and for the most part, that's what some of that was. But I wasn't in the conversation. AJ got in Miller's face, which is, face off. That's by definition what's supposed to happen. But what he said, I have no idea. So maybe it's something he said that made Miller push him the way he did. But, whatever the case may be, that's what happened. So, once that happened, once that took place, it became a hot topic. So that's what everybody's been talking about, that big push. Miller pushed AJ harder than Sandman. He just snatched people off the stage at the Apollo with that cane. But, it is what it is. That's how that's going to translate into the fight, I don't know. And see, that was one of the things I said was, that I didn't want to see a whole bunch of, a whole bunch of tactics like that to drum up interest for the fight, and then on fight night, we get something like AJ versus Parker. That's my concern, because a lot of fights are like Triple G and Canelo. I think the build up to the fights was bigger than the action in the fights. I mean, both fights, they were good fights, but as far as the way the build up was, those guys should have went out and tried to kill each other in the ring. And don't take this the wrong way. I don't want to see anybody die in the ring or as a result of anything happening in the ring. I'm saying that, figuratively. But, that said, I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm going to clear my calendar to make sure that I'm available to watch the fight that day. But if I'm not doing anything else, because, that's a good ways off. If there's nothing else going on, if I'm not doing anything, not taking my family on vacation or something like that, or, not occupied, I plan to be watching that fight. And it helps that it's in America, because by the time it comes on, whatever I had to do that day, I should be free to where I can, get available. Even if I am somewhere, I sneak away and, get me a moment to myself and sit down and watch the fight, even if I got to watch it even if I got to subscribe to that app and watch it on the phone. But if not, I got other ways to watch it via my phone or laptop or whatever. But, one thing I do want to touch on, I don't want to make this video too awful long, but one thing I do want to touch on is, I keep hearing people say, seeing people make comments. I've seen it ran across a couple videos that came with my recommendations. And, it was people I hadn't seen before. So a lot of times those new guys come up I hadn't seen. I don't know what they're about. I watch the videos and see, and then come to find out a lot of them. Some of these Johnny come lately, Wilder haters, LDBC haters or whatnot. But anyway, I was watching a video, and one of the things that was being said was, "Where's Wilder? AJ's over in America. He's a press conference. Wilder's nowhere to be found, but he supposedly wants to fight Wilder. Fight AJ. And if he really wanted to fight, he'd be out there, letting it be known." And I've seen that in comments of other people's videos. Shout out to Boxing Eagle. I watched Boxing Eagle's video this morning when he was talking about some of the stuff Joshua said in the interview, and one of the guys actually commented on there saying, "Where's Wilder?" Basically like Wilder's, all smoke and mirrors or something, like he's afraid to confront Joshua. Well, to that I say this: Miller and AJ is a signed and sealed fight. Those guys have a contract. They're contractually obligated to fight each other on that date unless something goes wrong. Unless something happens, one of them has to pull out of the fight because of injury or something of that matter. Somebody, God forbid, somebody gets arrested or whatever the case may be. Unless something like that happens, that fight has to go on. So, with that said, Deontay Wilder showing up at the pre-fight, and keep in mind, pre-fight pressers. Deontay Wilder showing up at the pre-fight presser with all kind of commotion, or even just showing up, just sitting there and just stare. All that's going to come with that is he's going to be accused of trying to piggyback off of their fight to build interest for his own fight, or to basically clout chasing. You know what I'm saying, or being an attention whore. You know what I'm saying? So it does nothing for his prospect of having a fight with AJ to be showing up at these pre-fight pressers. I mean, AJ has a fight in hand that he needs to take care of. What Deontay Wilder needs to be doing right now, and what he's been doing over the past several weeks, was trying to secure his next fight. And I'm not gonna get into all of that, but we all know Fury signed a deal with ESPN and pretty much all but pulled out of negotiations with Deontay Wilder for a fight that was pretty much almost signed, sealed, almost signed and sealed as well. So, with that said, I mean, Deontay Wilder is working on securing his next opponent. He does not have the time, probably doesn't have the interest, or even the patience to be running down Anthony Joshua, trying to figure out, trying to make Anthony Joshua commit to a fight that he can't even really commit to right now. The reality is Joshua has his Miller fight. From what I'm understanding, based on some of the things Miller said, that they've already signed not only this fight, but for the rematch in the event that Miller loses. I think Miller's already agreed to terms for a rematch based on what he said, because he said in an interview, he was saying that, he has to beat AJ and he has to beat him in his rematch. And he actually alluded to the fact they agreed to it, and said that but after that, it's his time. He's gonna get it, really, like, basically like he's gonna really get his money, after he beats AJ 2 times. So, and also with Eddie Hearn saying the same thing about Dillian White. He talked about that they'd already, in the contract they sent Dillian White, it was basically a 2-fight deal in the event that Anthony Joshua loses. So basically these are one-side rematches because AJ's the champion. So it's already, and it's not really out of the norm, and it's kind of like basically you're trapping a guy into terms in the event that he wins, and it don't really matter how he wins, but and if he's happy with what he's getting, like they rumored that they were gonna give Dillian White 50-50 in a rematch if he beat AJ, but I think Dillian White wasn't happy with what they were offering him up front for the first fight, let alone he felt also like, if he won the first fight, he deserved more than 50-50. But that said, I don't want to get it too much off track and start talking, get into all these other negotiations. But my whole point is, one is I want to see Miller and AJ have that same energy, because it was both of them going back and forth, sitting at the table, talking all kind of shit to each other. So I want them to have that same energy when they get in the ring. I don't want these guys to get in the ring and put up a snooze fest like AJ versus Parker. And I know that there's some AJ fans out there that say Parker ran all night and that's why the fight went that way. I would love for you guys to show some clips of Parker running. I didn't see Parker running. I saw, every time that Parker got in close, the referee jumped in and broke the fight up. But that's neither here nor there. I just, like I said, I want to see these guys have that same energy when they fight. I don't want them to have all this hoopla an oppressor, then get into the fight and it's a jab fest. You know, get into the fight and, you know what I'm saying, it's more looking and posturing than it is actually throwing punches. I don't want to see that. But as for Wilder, I'm hoping that he gets his next opponent secured. And, you know, I don't want to see Wilder running behind AJ. You know, I feel like they both know the other guys out there. And if they're interested in making a fight, you know what I'm saying, as it gets closer to, you know, fruition, they need to start making it, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I don't think it makes a lot of sense for these guys to be, you know, quote unquote, running behind each other when they both are in, you know, one has a fight made with someone else and the other one is on the cusp of making a fight with someone else. Because the reality is, Wilder's a fighter. He can't just sit idle and continue to wait on Fury to make his mind up whether or not he wants to fight him. If Fury doesn't want to fight him, I think he needs to go ahead and get rid of Dominic Breazeale and you know, get that mandatory out of the way, so he has about 18 months that he wouldn't have to worry about that mandatory again. But that's all I'm gonna say on it. Hey, once again, shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to my subscribers. You know, anyone that has subscribed to the channel, I ask that you please subscribe and hit that bell icon. And if you're feeling this video, drop a comment in the comment section. Hit that like button for me. D-Lo 404 Boxing. I'm out of here. Peace.